Habib Battah is the founder of the news site Beirut Report.com, and he's covered the Middle East region for over 20 years. He joins us live from New York. Welcome to the programme. What do you think it will take for Lebanon to be included in the ceasefire deal?
Well, Lebanon has been a battlefield for a long time. It doesn't seem that Israel is intent on honoring the ceasefire in any way. Israel has been violating a ceasefire in Lebanon for the past 2 years. They've been hitting Lebanon every single day. This is the worst and most brazen attack. It's really a rampage that has struck terror in the hearts of Lebanese people. But they have been doing this for quite some time. They've violated the ceasefire over 10,000 times. So it seems that Israel is not really accountable to anyone or anything or any deal.
And with that, what do you think Donald Trump could do to persuade Israel, the leverage he has right now over Benjamin Netanyahu? What could he do? How could he use that? And will Netanyahu listen?
Well, we know that the United States is a partner in Israel's war crimes in Lebanon and throughout Gaza and its genocide. Trump himself, right, has used that kind of language where he said he wants to obliterate civilization. So it doesn't seem that the Trump administration is interested in any way in upholding international law or respecting the lives of people in Lebanon. They seem intent on allowing Israel to continue, and they've shown this by not stopping the weapons supplies, as well as the European Union. Other countries have not stepped in any way to hold Israel accountable. So there isn't really any evidence that the United States wants to stop Israel. And again, we've seen this kind of violence in Lebanon for decades now, with very little accountability or any kind of scaling back. Israel seems to get whatever it wants and just keeps getting more bullets from the United States.
And we heard from Iran's foreign minister saying that the Iran-US ceasefire terms are clear and explicit. The US must choose either ceasefire or continue the war via Israel. Do you think the inclusion of Lebanon then could or not could derail the Islamabad talks on Friday from Iran's perspective?
Well, we've heard Iran saying that, and we've heard, some kind of threats, but we haven't seen any real action being taken. And so, Lebanese are kind of resigned to the fact that Lebanon is kind of left as a dehumanized country that continues to be pummeled and damaged. Let's remember that there was no rocket launches out of Beirut. So Israel's attack on Lebanon is really an act of terror that has flattened civilian residential apartment buildings. So the Lebanese probably have little hope this will end, and Israel will probably continue to maintain its occupation of South Lebanon, even if some are suggesting that Israel is acting with impunity right now and has been acting with impunity for a long time because they're trying to get their last hits in before the deal is moving forward. So we'll have to see if the pressure that Iran is able to keep up with the Strait of Hormuz and the economic consequences will convince the United States or Israel. But again, the United States seems that it doesn't really care about Lebanon and has said that Lebanon's just not part of the deal, which is a very dehumanizing statement and really goes in line with Trump's kind of colonial rhetoric of just destroying civilizations.
Habib, with regards to language, Donald Trump called the war on Lebanon a skirmish. So what hope is there?
I mean, that's ridiculous. This is ethnic cleansing of South Lebanon. They've removed 1 million people. Israelis have explicitly said they're destroying civilian homes. These are explicit and admitted war crimes. So that's insane to call this a skirmish. The whole country is being shaken to its core. Israel has been pursuing a sectarian war in Lebanon against the Lebanese Shiites, and they've admitted to such. But now they've kind of expanded that sectarian war to other sects. They've hit Christian areas, and now mainly today Sunni areas. These are parts of Beirut that I've walked down 1 million times before. So people, there is really no regard for Lebanese civilian life, and it seems that there's actually an intention to create a kind of a sectarian conflict in Lebanon that has not been successful in the past. Israel has never been successful in occupying and destroying Lebanon. The real price is being paid by the Lebanese people who are asking the world, can no one stop Israel? Is Israel an unstoppable force? We know that's not true. We know that they're getting a constant supply of arms from the United States, and under the kind of view of the European Union. So what we see is a kind of a genocidal logic among world leaders today that allows countries like Lebanon to be just decimated with no consequences.
Habib Battah, thank you so much for joining us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.